What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to one more week of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, our buddy Randy Keene over at RK Motorsports Consulting, who's also with SRI Performance. So, what's up, guys? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
Well, you back from the beach.
You ever heard that saying?
Hold on.
Yeah, kind of pretty much. That sums up my explanation here. Have you ever heard a saying that you need a vacation from your vacation? I think I need another week just to recoup.
I can see it.
It's hard to relax when you go on vacation, and you want to do that. And that's your whole plan and goal to go.
You don't relax going anywhere.
I can't really. I can't sit still. I can.
I can't. Pretty good at it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Worked a long time at it.
I am not successful at that. I got to stay doing something. But it was a fun week. It really was. Went by too fast. Man, it didn't rain in South Carolina, I think, pretty much. But Myrtle Beach, Florence area, it didn't rain for like 4 years.
They said we were in drought conditions.
I mean, literally not 4 years it didn't rain. None. Zero. And then it rains like 5 days out of the 7 we're there. I mean.
Well, you know.
And I don't know if anybody understands, but when you go to the beach and it rains, ain't a whole lot to do.
No. Not at Myrtle Beach especially.
I mean, everything rains out when it rains. You can't go ride go-karts. You can't play putt-putt. You can't go to the Pelicans baseball game.
You could have went to the aquarium. That's what you could do.
Nah. That costs more than the house we rented, I think, for the week.
Too. That's true. Very true.
But anyway, all in all, we had a good time.
You can go eat. That's what you can go do. You can go eat.
You can do that anywhere.
There's
if you
plenty
go
of restaurants.
Because if I'm going to tell you right now, on a Tuesday night in Cherry Grove at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
2-hour wait, bro. On a Tuesday night. I'm like, what?
Well, I'm going to tell you what we did. We were only down there. Y'all know we recorded a show from there last week at the beach. And we left, and it was, you know, I told y'all my wife's birthday, Kayla's birthday, was the week before. But we hadn't really done anything for her birthday just because we was all busy that week, and we knew we were going to the beach and stuff like that. So when we left, we really did not even plan this. We were just riding. I was like, let's get some crab legs.
Why not?
So we stopped at, what time we leave? About 4 o'clock, I think it was.
Yeah,
3, 4 o'clock, something like that. So we stopped and walked right into the restaurant on Memorial Day to eat crab legs.
Really?
There wasn't nobody in there when we walked in there, hardly.
Dang, bro. How you do that?
I don't know. Got lucky.
You sure did. Because I don't know where I went. You could find it. Dude, matter of fact, the whole entire week, and I don't use Yamatos as seafood, but the whole entire week, I did not eat seafood at the beach, and that's all I normally do.
What were you thinking?
You couldn't get in anywhere. You could not get anywhere. We called a place over on Little River, Crab Catchers.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good place. There was 13 or 15 parties ahead of ours.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I'm like, we caught the devil. Could not find. That was the hardest thing all week. But we cooked a lot at the house too. Had a grill.
I was going to say, you had the boat down there. Just go out there and catch something, bring it back, cook it.
Well, I would have loved to do that if the weather would have.
Them fish don't know it was raining.
The boat sure did when it was 5-6 foot seas out there. It sure knew that pretty good. Speaking of, yeah, it was pretty neat. We had the boat, you know, down in the water there, and like we said or whatever. I don't remember what we talked about last week, to be honest with you, but
talked about being at the beach.
Well, yeah, but we got to go out. I think 3 days. We got out and rode some, and we went. Cody and myself, we went Wednesday to try to get offshore and fish some. We made it about 15, 20 miles and couldn't get where we wanted to go. It was just too rough. It was just way too rough. The winds were rough. So, but we caught fish all day though. Had a good time with that. And you know, caught a cooler full, kept them, and gave them to a dude on the bridge. He was so happy because the only thing he could say was, "I love fish." That was all he could say. I was like, "Well, I'm glad you can." I'm glad because he was so happy, bro.
That's what I'm gonna do this episode. I'm just gonna say, "I love fish."
I love fish.
I love fish.
Yeah.
That's great. Well,
Yeah, good stuff.
I came back and went to the grindstone, back to work
Yeah.
all week.
I'm glad you did. I'm proud of you. After your 6 months off,
Yeah.
I took my week off.
I'm glad you took a vacation. I need a vacation now.
Yeah.
That's what I tell them all. I need a vacation. I'm tired of y'all already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Good to be home too, though. Kind of get back to normal a little bit, and get back to some racing, man. We got us a big week ahead of us. A lot of people probably do too, and there's a lot of stuff going on now with racing everywhere you turn. Right now, pretty. Now that we have a bunch of racing, now it wants to rain again.
Yeah.
It wants to rain everything out again.
At least here it wants to rain.
Right. Don't make sense.
No, it don't. Before we get into too much racing stuff, I ain't really doing nothing. I ain't done much of anything. I will tell y'all, and I'll go into it a little bit later, but this past weekend, we decided to head over to Sumter Speedway because they had the Ultimate Super Late models there, and all they got in was hot laps.
Yep.
And it started raining. And they actually were going to run them. They ran all the other races, but Ultimates, they ain't like the track because just the little four-cylinder cars were having a hard enough time staying on the track. I know a super late model couldn't have stayed on there. It was so slimy.
Yeah.
So they're coming back in 2 weeks on the 19th, which is great for Sumter, but they were supposed to have that late model takeover thing in Charlotte. But so I was like, why are they telling them they'll be back in 2 weeks? They're supposed to be in Charlotte. But the next morning they announced, they were canceling or postponing the Charlotte race due to lack of tires.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either, man.
And they got plenty for outdoor.
Yeah. I assume. I hope. I can promise you I hope so. But yeah, I don't know, man. That track, I will say, we've said it before. I don't there's some things about Sumter I do not like. One thing being the lights around that place.
That lights up.
But the dude that works that track, typically, I'm going to say typically, in the past years that I've been, about the best worked in track I've ever seen.
I agree with you.
Here.
I 100% agree with you. And when he got there, I don't know, something wasn't right that day because he wet the track. The track was wet as on the what. And when I got there, the water truck, they typically packs it in, they wet the track with it and then pack it in with the trailer truck and stuff.
Right.
It was sitting over inside the field.
So he didn't pack it with the tractor trailer?
I was like, I don't know. So I was like, well, maybe he's already got it done. Well, they get out there for hot laps.
They ain't packed nothing in.
It is a mud hole.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what was going on. And then when it got done raining, they were asking people with side-by-sides and golf carts and four-wheelers if they would come right around the track to pack it in.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to tell. I mean,
if I felt like if he would have got that out there, that something would have been ready to go in no time.
Dude, it works awesome. I mean,
maybe it broke down. I don't know.
It might have been. I mean, I'm sure there's enough people around Sumter can bring another one out there for
I could. I mean, there's plenty of toters over there.
I ain't lying. We'd have worked something out.
But
yeah.
no. So it's probably for the best because it was really slimy after that and stuff. But
Yeah, it probably tore the track up. They got out there.
yeah, it'd have been nasty.
It'd have been bad on them cars and all. So, yeah, well, I hate you didn't get to see that on Saturday, but we did become members of the church on Sunday.
We did become members of the church on Sunday.
Sure did. I'm very, very thankful and blessed that we were able to do that. My mother and myself and Cole and Blakely, we became members, and David and his family also. So that was really, really cool, and we happy to be part of the Lebanon family for sure.
For sure. And before we get into too much else racing, this is racing related. If y'all saw on all our social medias and stuff, probably Monday today. I want to put this out there first on this episode, so it's out there. And I ain't waiting until the last in the episode to say it so nobody hears it. Put it out there first. All right, guys, we are trying to get up another Chicken Bone Alley, I guess right now we'll just say a summer series, name to be determined, on iRacing. So, all you people that own businesses out there, we are looking for some sponsorship in this to put on a good show. We're trying to get some good broadcasters to put it out there, which it will have commercial breaks for your business name and all that stuff. I already had our buddy Derek Griffiths already messaged us and said Northeast Auto Imports will be a sponsor of it. Also, our buddies BS Racing on the quad up there, GNCC Riders, they want to sponsor it.
Sweet.
And run it. So I was like, works for me.
Yes, sir. We all for it, man. We sure do appreciate all the help we can get, and we got to get some more. Got to keep it going.
So,
Dad, we'll have a $100 entry fee, whichever y'all want to do.
Whichever one, yeah. So, in all honesty, guys, we're trying to make it a $1,000 purse for the points fund. We're not paying per race, unless we get a whole lot of money. I don't foresee us doing that. But if all of a sudden a bunch of money comes up and we can do a $1,000 points fund and then pay on top of that races on top of that, we'll do it. But so if your business is looking to get its name out there a little bit, it will be weekly races. Most likely, as me and Sterling talking about earlier, most likely this time going to be held on Tuesday evenings. Probably going to be a 8-race series like we had before. And most likely still combining asphalt and dirt tracks and all different cars on iRacing. So if you or your business feels inclined to help us out with it, none of the money is going into mine and Sterling's pocket. I can promise you that. $0. It will all go towards first the points fund, and then we'll see what we got left there for our broadcasting. If I can't get enough for broadcasting, I'll have to broadcast again myself, which is fine too. But I want a professional to do it. I can do it. We can have all the sponsors' names up there, but I just want a professional to do it.
Yeah, well, I don't know, dude. I'm kind of torn because just me is going to race it. Okay, nothing to do with other than that, because that's all I'm gonna do. Because I don't know how to do anything. I barely know how to race it. But paying a little more entry fee for a 8-race or whatever series, to me, is well worth it to make it, because it's everybody knows this. Racing on iRacing for money, it's a whole lot. To me, it's a whole lot better racing because everybody takes it more serious. So, I think the more, it may hurt, but I think the more money we can pay or we can charge to get into the series, the less riffraff we're gonna have.
True.
In a way. So,
but in saying that, we're not gonna charge no outrageous amount by no means.
No. But I mean, $20-$30.
Yeah.
I don't see no problem paying that.
No, not for an 8-race series. So that's probably drivers. That's probably what we're gonna be looking at for entry fee, somewhere between $20 to $30, depending on what we want to get the prize fund to, and what we can get sponsors, what kind of sponsors we can get. So be looking forward. We're looking forward to it, but be looking out for it because it's going to be coming up here real soon, hopefully. Once we get all the sponsors lined up, hopefully we'll have an announcement to put out real soon. But like I said, if your business wants to be involved, shoot us an email if you need to. It is chickenbonealleypodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook or Twitter or Checkered or Instagram. Do we have a MySpace?
We might. I don't know.
Anyway, we're at Chicken Bone Alley on all
I got a mailbox out here out front. You can send it to if you want. I don't care.
So hit us up, and we'll be glad to. And it don't matter. We're not putting a set amount on sponsorship. You tell us what your budget is, and we'll come up with something to fit that budget, regardless of what it is. Regardless if you were the yellow flag sponsor, something like that, you'll be a sponsor. Your name will be on the broadcast. I promise you.
Yeah, that's it.
So we appreciate it in advance.
Exactly. We gotta see if we can't get I don't know if you and Earl Ramey can build a motor for my race car.
I don't think Earl could turn on the computer.
It could happen. I don't know, man. He can build everything else. Maybe he can.
I see him typing on his phone here every now and then, and that looks like a struggle every once in a while.
Yeah.
I like to mess with Earl. So, speaking of messing with Earl, let's go do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone here, we got some good buddies of ours, as we just said. Our buddy Earl Ramey and his son Derrick Ramey. What's going on?
What's happening, man?
I don't know it.
Don't know it?
I don't know it. I can't call it. Are you sunbaked good enough from being at the beach and hanging out?
Oh,
and
yeah.
and
I ain't got it rained the whole damn time, so I didn't get much sun. Just a couple of mech alters.
There you go. I just wonder if you got it out your system there, so you can get back to
That's right.
building all these fast motors here.
That's it. Had 2 days off from it. That's all I get.
That's enough. There you go. Get back to work.
That's right.
Derrick, what's up with you, man? You doing all right there?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just over here at the race shop trying to get race car ready for this weekend. How about y'all?
Oh man, we doing good, man. Just chilling out, talking about racing, all that fun stuff. I talked to your daddy all weekend there. Well, the first part of it anyway. So it was kind of weird because I was hanging out around y'all's car, but y'all wasn't there with it.
Yeah, he tends to wander on around every once in a while. Everybody always asks, "Where's your dad at? Where's Earl at?" I have no idea.
He's talking about Anthony. He was down there at Sumter with Anthony.
Yeah,
Sumter.
I was over there, and I was like, "Hey, I know that car."
Yeah, that was weird seeing it leave the trailer, or leave the shop. But anything we can do to help a fellow racer out, we usually try to do. So.
Well, that was pretty cool. Trying to help him out there. He's doing real good in the points this year, Anthony Sanders there, and he I think he was down a motor. Is that right?
Yeah, he hurt a motor the other week at Gaffney, and his engine builder wasn't able to get it done in time, and he said he wasn't going to be able to make it. So we did everything we could to try to help him, and told him to come get our car and take it racing. Try to help him out because he's a smaller team like us, one car, one motor, and he's leading a big points championship this year. So I didn't want to see him sit at home if I knew I could do something about it.
That's right. That's cool, man. That's what racing.
That actually happened to us back in 2015 when we was running for the Renegades of Dirt deal, and we was running for a national championship, a Southern and a North, 3 of them at one time, and we'd wore our stuff out about 3/4 of the way through, and had about 5 races left, and I needed to freshen the motor and get some stuff done. And a guy by the name of Jason Brookover up in West Virginia that we actually raced against called us and told us, hey, he said, just drive up here. We'll take all my stuff, my equipment, his hauler and everything. And he took us to 3 races that weekend, or 2 races or something like that.
Wow.
And we was able to keep points alive and end up winning the deal. So we just kind of felt like it was time to pay it forward.
That's cool, man. That's what it's all about. That's good to see.
That's
awesome.
A big chance too. I mean, as much as that equipment costs, y'all know for sure that's a big chance to take.
Let me tell you, I was scared to death. I probably drank a few more just because of that.
I don't blame you, man. That would be tough. I don't want to let somebody use my darn chainsaw. Y'all borrowing race cars out there. That's tough.
That's right. Derrick called and asked me, and then he called Todd and asked him, and I was like, "Ooh, boy." I was like, yes, I know I want to do it, but do we do it? And I said, I just left it up to them. I was okay with it. It was just, I wanted to make sure both them was okay with it. Just
right. Well, like you say, unfortunately, there was not many laps turned on that car this past weekend at Sumter. Right. Unfortunately for them, but fortunately for y'all, I guess, at the same time. So,
yeah.
But it's really cool that y'all would do that. It's very, very cool, and it's hard to find good people like that for sure.
I'd like to have seen him got to run it, but it was also worked out perfect, kind of for both of us. So,
well, I will say
it is what it is. But
I will say this: the laps he did put on it out there in hot laps, man, that thing looked good.
Good deal.
That thing looked fast, and so I think y'all got a good piece under there. But going back to the car there, at the first of the year, we knew y'all were trying to get in, or y'all were getting into the super late model, and going to be running it. And then all of a sudden, some stuff kind of fell through, and now it's come back up. Tell us about the deal going on now.
Go ahead, Derrick.
Yeah, we had some stuff happening in the year that fell through, and we took a couple months off, rebounded, and a friend of ours, Todd Lachinsky, come along and said he wanted to go racing, and teamed up, bought our old car back actually, and man, he's really helped us out a lot. He gives me the good equipment I need. Doesn't ask any questions. I mean, he's all in for it, and if it wasn't for him and my dad, we probably wouldn't even be back on the racetrack right now. But this year's been good so far. I mean, I really can't complain. Got a awesome list of sponsors, guys that helped me in the shop. Man, it's been a good year so far. Just hopefully we can keep it going. We had a good run going at Carolina the other week, and driver made a little mistake and ended the night for us. But other than that, we went down to Dixie and we kind of got our butts handed to us, but we learned a lot. We really don't get to race on dirt like that. That South Georgia dirt, it's a lot different than, what's up here in North Carolina, South Carolina, right, where we run. And went to Gaffney last Sunday, and man, we had a phenomenal run. Qualified fourth, qualified fourth, started fourth, and got a battle with Trent Ivy for second most of the race. Finally got by him, ran second for, half the race, 3/4 of the race, and then a late restart with, I think, 10 to go, 11 to go, something like that. Got into it with another driver just a little bit. No, I mean, nothing serious. Fell back to third and ended up third, but for the amount of competition that was there, man, it was like a win for us just to only be our third race of the year and, run competitive with Brandon Overton and all the other guys that have been running all year. So I'm tickled pink about it and ready to keep getting after it and see what this year has in store.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I was watching that race over at Cherokee, and man, that car looked good. It really did, and looked like it had a good driver behind the wheel there too, because it was making the right moves at the right times. So proud to see that myself. I am too. So what y'all got? What's coming up next?
We're gonna go run the ultimate race at Friendship Motor Speedway this weekend. I think we might try to venture on down to Sonoya down in Georgia next weekend and try to get a race in on that gumbo that everybody talks about.
There you go.
Next weekend, and then take the following weekend off. Might go to the beach myself, do some fishing. Then July 4th weekend, I think we're going to try and hit a double header at July 2nd is at Livonia, Georgia, and then July 3rd on Saturday is at Sonoya again, and just try to hit some bigger races and try to learn as much as we can, and then just wherever it goes is, I guess, wherever we end up.
Well, it sounds like y'all about to hit the busy stretch here.
Yeah, it's about to start getting busy. So we anybody that feels free, you want to come help work on a race car during the week can.
There you go. There you go. Well, I just heard what Colt Sterling's teaching over here. What kind of fishing you like to go do down there, Derek?
My father-in-law runs a offshore charter down at Myrtle's Inlet. So we catch a little bit of everything. I ain't picky when it comes to fishing, but as long as we catch them, I ain't complaining.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's me too, man. I love getting out and getting that blue water, man. Ain't nothing like it, is it?
No, there ain't nothing like it.
What charters he run down there? What's the name of his boat?
It's called First Response Fishing Charters. He's an old retired cop, and he gives awesome discounts to all first responders and stuff like that, and does a bunch of charity giveaways and all kinds of stuff just to pay back for all the years he's put in and all the sacrifices like all the other first responders have made. So it's a pretty cool deal he's got going on down there.
Sweet. We'll have to check him out sometime. We'll or at least that's what we'll do. We'll follow him out with Sterling's boat.
Yeah, there you
go. Find all the fish. That's how you do it. Oh, that's cool, man. Earl, what you had going on lately? You getting plenty motors together over there?
I'm trying. I'm still probably about 68 behind, but every time we think we're getting caught up, about 10 more comes in. So it's definitely been blessed. I mean, it's been a really good year. We've got a ton of wins and got a ton of new awesome customers, and things have been really, really good. We're totally solid. We don't get much time to work on the race car or do anything really besides try to keep everybody happy and keep the stuff still going out the door, you know?
I hear you there. I hear you. Tell us, or tell everybody out there a little bit, as far as obviously you build super motors or whatever else, but we know a lot of your work is crate motor stuff. Tell them what your deal is really with the crate motors.
Yeah, we started doing crates I've kind of did crates like when Sika was back in the deal. I did it probably for like the last 8 years or so, and then crates started exploding everywhere. So I teamed up with a bunch of different series and got my license through all them, and I'm pretty much certified everywhere except for maybe Rush right now, you know. So but that's been a pretty big deal, you know. I mean, we build everything from supers to Thunder Bombers to street stocks to UMP mods to limited late models and tons of crates, and you know, we're a one-stop shop basically, you know. So we're not like everybody else just you know, does one series of engines, you know. So every day we do something different, so it kind of helps and keeps us on our toes, and actually you can learn a lot more that way. But the crate's really been a good thing for me. It's really exploded lately, and got a ton of wins. And man, everybody, you know, we always have good races every single weekend, and we've been tore down a bunch here lately and survived, thank God. But you know, it is one thing. We try to 100% stay on the honest deal, you know, and just work our butt off to give them the best product we can legally, you know. So it's been a really, really great deal.
Oh yeah, me and Sterling have been talking about it actually lately, and talked about it on the show a few times. We know Jeremy Steele he actually finished second in the race, and we said that if Jeremy knows he's hooked up, he knows he's got power to run out front. And so apparently that night he knew he was hooked up, and that guy in front of him wasn't legal. But we just thought it was funny when the guy back protested him. And
yeah,
that was a waste of time.
That was a waste of time.
That was a waste of time for sure. But it was a good thing, you know. His kind of needed. He'd got it real hot like 3 weeks before that. Ran it like 300 degrees, and we thought it was toast. You know, we thought it was bad. So he changed the oil, you know, they'd made a mistake and left a piece in front of the radiator and ran the whole race like that. It overheated real bad. And so we kind of thought we was in trouble, but we knew we had to rebuild it, but we didn't have time at that time, you know. So he went and ran the next couple of races, and it actually still ran good, you know. But I was like, man, we got to get that thing out soon. So it kind of worked out good for the other guy to back protest him. And that guy was called wrong, and Jeremy's was called legal, and he got to win. And I was super busy that weekend. I had Mitchell on vacation, and we had a ton of other stuff that we already promised out, but we was able to turn it around. We got it, I think, Chris and them drove all the way back that Saturday night, dropped it off at our shop like 11 o'clock Saturday night, and they had it back by Tuesday night. So wow. Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, we all worked some all-nighters and just kept on digging and made sure we didn't put our other customers in a bind. But, you know, we just hope they understand we do the same for them, you know. So that's kind of one thing I always said. If you get protested, I'll make sure you're back together next week so you can race again, you know. So
that's right.
So we treat everybody the same way.
That's right. That's an awesome problem to have there is you got to put motors together because they're apparently too fast for everybody else.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's not all about the motor anymore. I mean, everybody works so hard on their cars, you know, and it's always easy to blame the motor, whether you're slow or it's got to be illegal because you're winning races. And you know, and usually that's not the deal, you know. It's how hard you work in the shop and get around that corner, you know, it makes that motor look good.
That's right. Well, speaking of working on the car, Derek, I know y'all over there working on it tonight. What y'all touching on the car tonight?
Just going over some stuff, doing regular maintenance, bolt checking it, greasing it, checking over everything, make sure it's all fine. Working on some a little bit different stuff on the shocks. Got my shock man over here, Mike Abner, tonight. He's been coming to help me a little bit more here lately. I can tell a big difference in it when he comes over and helps, because man, he's top notch. Anybody ever needs any shocks or anything done, questions, he's your man to talk to. He's a big part of this, because he stays in the dirt late model loop all the time. He knows the latest and greatest tricks, and
that's why most of my customers win all the time, because I got them on their shots too.
There you go. There you go.
But no, he helps us out tremendously. I mean, if it wasn't him, we probably wouldn't be running like we are. So a lot of the success comes from him. So.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, go ahead and tell us who's all on the side of that car there helping y'all out.
Hold on, let me walk out here so I don't forget nobody.
There you go.
I knew it.
Make sure you read that little one on the back corner. I'm just saying. I don't even know if you've seen it yet, but there's a sticker on there.
Chicken bone, Grease Monkey, After Performance, Big A's Custom Graphics, Russell Kennelly, he helps us out a ton also. Bill Pink Carburetors, Stock Car Steel, SRI, Heinz Performance, Dirt Defender, Profab Headers, FK Rod Ends, Base Fuel, PFC Brakes. They're another one of our big sponsors. They supply us with all, the latest and greatest brake components. That helps out a ton. Fresh Chef out of Mooresville. Anybody wants to go eat some good food, look up Fresh Chef. They got a couple different locations. They're another one of our big sponsors, so they help out a ton. LaJoy Seating, Total Seal Rings, All-Star Performance, and my dad for giving us always giving me the best motor equipment I can run. So
there you
go.
Go.
Really about all I see, and Longhorn chassis.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, I saw Randy Keene had put some pictures up bringing in PFC brakes over there. Did y'all actually get any work out of him? What I want to know, or he just bring them there and just say, "All right, here you go."
No, he actually put him to work today. He sent me some pictures and videos, and looks like he actually got some stuff done today.
There you go. Well, that's good. I'm glad he did something. No, we like Randy a lot. He's a good buddy.
Randy's been with us for a long time. He's helped us since modified days. So,
whew. How y'all put up with him that long?
I don't know. It's been tough.
Oh no, he called me the other day. He was like, "Man, y'all got to get up the Eldora this week." I was like, "All right, we're gonna see what we gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see what we can do." So, oh, that's awesome, man.
Maxima Racing with Gene Jones over at Maxima. He's helped us out a ton. He's been a long supporter of our program, and gives us gives us the best product he can give us, and really helps us out a ton on all the oil and lubricants and everything. So gotta thank him too.
Good deal. Good deal.
And I can't forget this, my wife at home and my mom. They always get on.
Yeah, you better not forget them. That's the best.
There you go. Good job. Good job.
Right.
She lets me come over here and work countless hours, and she stays home and takes care of the house and takes care of the babies.
Well, that's there you go. That's number one sponsors right there. As long as the baby's taken care of, everything's good to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome deal, man. Earl, y'all still keeping that chassis dyno over there wide open?
Oh man, dude, that thing never stops. Seems like every day somebody's wanting to come, 2 or 3 sometimes a day, and sometimes I just gotta put them off for a couple days so we can get some work done. But that's been a big help to our program. That chassis dyno has really, really helped all our racers, and honestly, I think that's been our key to our success lately. We've really found a lot of problems, a lot of issues. We found a lot of bolt on stuff that works better than others. And when everybody leaves there, they always got a big smile on their face, so it's been a great deal.
What, and me and Sterling have talked about a little bit on the show here, but what is it that you, are looking for? I know you're looking to see what kind of horsepower, obviously, it's making to the wheels, but what is it behind the motor through the drivetrain that you're really looking for there to find that power?
The biggest thing we usually do, we'll swap headers, find the best muffler combination, best pulleys, best fans, carburetors. We'll try, tons of carburetors all day. We'll try fuel. We'll try spacers on the intake. We'll try spark plugs. We'll try spark plug wires, all kinds of stuff. And then, it's kind of up to the crews to start working on their pinion angles and stuff like that, getting the drivetrain nice and straight and lubricants in the rear end and transmissions and all that stuff to free up the horsepower, because when you're crate racing, if you find 2 here, 2 there, and 2 there, that's big, So, and most of our stuff, we've been pretty fortunate. I mean, by the time they come in and they leave, they're up 13 to 19, 20 horsepower, So
Wow.
that's big in the crate deal,
Very big.
And a lot of people knock out chassis dyno and say, oh, yeah, you're just fudging numbers. No, we work our ass off on it, and it takes, you just don't go on there and just run it. You work on it and you find the best. And a lot of times you'll make adjustments and it don't. And it loses power, so you go back the other way, and you just keep, try to gain everything that you can gain. Then when you're all said and done, it's like, damn, I can't think of nothing else, It's kind of when you quit and move on, so.
There you go. Well, good deal, y'all. This has been fun, and we'll definitely have to do it again. But we appreciate y'all coming on, hanging out with us, and always, Earl, for helping us out as much as you do. And
yes, sir.
We greatly appreciate it. And
we appreciate everything you guys do for all the racers. I mean, that's a pretty good thing, You guys, the backstretch, a bunch of guys, you take up a lot of your time to give everybody the spotlight. Man, it's greatly appreciated. So. Everybody's got to kind of give back to y'all too and try to help you and keep you going. And, because all you're doing is helping the racers. So thank you guys.
Well, thank you,
Yeah,
buddy.
we
We appreciate that. Well, cool deal. Well, we will let y'all go get working on a race car and making it faster. Cause,
all right, buddy.
It get much faster. Y'all gonna be out there lapping the field. So,
we need that W here soon.
There you go. Well, it's like I tell everybody, once you put a Chicken Bone Alley sticker on there, that's a good 10th and a half a lap. I mean, easy.
That'd be good. We may not get it real soon, but we're going to get it eventually. So
I'm just saying. I told a boy that Saturday night over at Sumter in a little street stock car, and he put a sticker on the side of the car and went out there and straight away to field. He hadn't won all year.
Heck yeah. Maybe it'll rub off.
Exactly. So I was like, there you go. See?
Awesome.
Oh, that was
Good
cool.
deal.
Well, Derrick, you too, buddy. We appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us, and we gonna get to the track with y'all soon and come hang out for a weekend or so.
Sounds good. Y'all are welcome anytime, and let us know whenever y'all want to come, and we'll leave a spot for you in the trailer. And thanks again for having me on.
All right, buddy. Anytime. Y'all have.
We still need to get you guys come up to the shop sometime, get some of our drivers and all that stuff to come over. We'll have a little kind of open house type deal. We still need to do that. COVID put a dampening on that, but man, we'd love to have you up here and invite a bunch of these guys over and make a pretty cool little show.
Let's do it. Let's schedule something up for the probably a good wintertime deal.
For sure.
Let's look into it and get something scheduled up, and we'll make it happen.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, best of luck this weekend and upcoming weekends, but we will definitely be talking with y'all soon.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Hey, y'all too.
Awesome deal of Earl and Derrick Ramey got going on there, and really appreciate them hanging out with us and talking on here. And
Yeah, for sure.
we'll definitely have them back on soon, because Derrick's gonna be getting some wins here soon, and we're gonna call and talk to him about some wins.
Oh yeah, for sure. And kind of like having the time really to get them on. We've talked about them coming on before, and Earl's always busy. He's got 60-some motors he's behind on, which is a very good problem. But man, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. But like we keep saying it week in and week out. I mean, you look on social media, and every weekend, every Sunday, Monday, you see all these lists of cars that have won with his stuff in it. And I think it's awesome to have a good house car there with Derrick driving it and showing off at Earl Ramey Racing Power there. And like you said, I think they're going to be ramping up here pretty soon, and going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, and I really think the new deal that they got going on. I don't know. I haven't actually talked to Earl about it at all. Y'all heard what we heard about what was coming to the future there, but I think they want to do some bigger stuff. It sounds like, and maybe use rest of this year, kind of testing and feeling and figuring everything out, and then I could see them next year jumping up to something big and making some noise.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing about it, though, is, and we didn't get in to talk to him about it, but getting on a tour, running a tour, how in the world could, I don't know, there ain't hardly no way in the world Earl could, great day, but he had to have a mobile machine shop travel up and down the road with him. And
his camper's big enough, he can do it in the back. He can do that in the toy hauler park.
That's right, yeah. He has all the machines back there, build motors in the toy hauler park. That's cool. But yeah, I hope the best for him, and I agree. I would love to see him move up and run some bigger. If nothing else, go for the big money races and big money events, and like Eldora coming up this weekend. If things are right, I'd love to see him come up here to run that, and running with Overton and all that already. What, 3-4 races into it?
Yeah,
they got a lot to learn still, and a lot of getting back to.
Well, it was good because he bought their old car back, so
right,
so he kind of knew the car already, so that was good.
Yeah, but it's
it's still got to knock the dust and the rust off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. But they'll be back at it, and looking forward to seeing that, and can't wait to get to the track and hang out with them. That's for sure.
That's always a fun time.
Oh man, yeah. If I promise you, whether you run good or not, you're gonna have a good time hanging out with Earl.
I promise.
There ain't no doubt about it. If it's a rain out, it don't matter. You're gonna have fun hanging out with Earl.
And we know this from experience. Just FYI.
For sure, he will make you laugh. Without even trying, he gonna make you laugh. It's a good time for sure. So, really a cool group of guys, and have a lot of fun, and really genuine people, and it's cool to hang out with them for sure.
For sure. Well, some more dirt racing went on this weekend. We were kind of gone, but I did catch the highlights and stuff like that. Saw that West Virginia was running that big throwback race. I think they called it. I can't remember what they called it. Something classic or something. I don't remember. Anyway, Bloomquist had he had his 03, I think it was, paint job on there.
Yeah,
with the green on the back. I loved that. That was one of my favorite paint schemes.
Yeah, mine too, for sure.
And Dirt Draft was on the car for it, so that was pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
But Davenport went up there and smoked them on the big track. They, I think it was Devin Moran, had an in-car camera, and at the end of the straightaway, he was doing over 130 going into the corner and barely cracking the throttle.
About like Ed Bristol again.
Dude, I'm telling you. I swear it looks faster than Bristol did.
Right.
I guess the sense of speed looks faster. Because what is that? I think they went back up to a 5/8 mile.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it was big and it's a lot flatter, but corners are plenty wide enough. They just throw it in there. But man, they got to do something about that, which I don't know they can. I know Ohio, they talk about the dust up there because of glacier or something like that.
Right.
Went through there, and I guess probably West Virginia somewhat same. It's just so dusty looking.
Yeah, it gets really bad there quick. And I kind of was wondering, when they first ran it the first time, there was some rocks and there was little things here and there.
Right.
Little bugs. What all could they do? I didn't know in the length of time, or, you can't just go remove all the dirt and put all new dirt. That's kind of a major task there, but I don't know. I don't know what you could do with that. It's kind of, you got what you got. So,
well, nobody seems to. Regardless, you pay, they come. So,
oh yeah, no doubt.
So they don't care if
see
it's
a lap
or not.
or 20 laps. They come.
It seems like it's. Don't get me wrong. It don't seem like it ain't dusty like Bristol was. Bristol got
Yeah.
fine, hazy dust. I hate that dust when nobody can see anything.
I'd rather get
This
hit.
just look like heavy stuff.
I'd rather get hit with 1-inch dirt clots than the fine dust that you cannot open your eyes.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That sucks.
It really
Big
does.
time. So Davenport won that one. Then they went up to Brush Creek up there, and while they were there, our buddies Kale and Levi were running the legend cars. While they were one of the supporting classes for the legend cars. I mean, for the super late models at the Jackie Bob's Memorial Race. They finally got to redo it. It wasn't a World Outlaw race like it originally was supposed to be, but they did get to run it. And old Turbo went up there and won it.
I like his throwback car though.
Yeah, he had a throwback car. What was it? Turbo Trickle or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it was old.
Had the 46 car, the
City Chevrolet.
City Chevrolet car.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That thing looked nasty. I liked it on a dirt car.
Yeah,
It was
maybe they'll leave them bodies on for this weekend.
I doubt.
Probably not.
I doubt. Kale won his heat race. Did see our buddy Kale Maben? He won his heat race. I watched on Flow Racing actually.
Sweet man, he's making it big time, dude. He's on Flow Racing.
He went on Flow Racing, winning heat races.
He's got to remember, there's always a race after the heat.
There's a race after that. Well, he spun out. Our guy spun out. I ain't really figured out what happened because they were kind of behind it and showed the very tail end of it on Flow Racing.
Yeah.
He was in the lead. There was a car right on his tail. They went into one. All of a sudden, you see Kale spinning, and that car was hitting him and took off his whole left rear fender. But they put Kale back in the lead, so I'm assuming that dude dumped him going in there and they
Obviously
put him back. But he ended up, I think it was like a green-white checker after that, or green checker or something like that.
But he's doing a lot
Won his heat
better.
race.
He's doing a whole lot better, so that's really cool. And I can't say nothing because on our iRacing series, that's the only thing I ever won was heat races. So, he's doing pretty daggum good.
King of the heat races.
King of the heat race.
But yeah, then Turbo went up there and won it. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool for sure.
they gave away a Harley up there.
A Harley.
A Harley.
Okay, where's the Harley at?
I don't know who won it. Didn't find out who won it.
I ain't lying.
Came here. I think it was. I saw it real quick. It might have just been a sports or something though.
Hey, still a Harley.
Still a Harley. Hardly a Harley.
There it is.
Well, cool. Well, speaking of little more dirt racing here, I guess this one is the father-son show because we got another father-son duo coming on. All right, this other father-son duo we got on here tonight, we got Mark and Cole Vanderheiden, our forward bike guys. What is going on, guys?
Nothing much.
Cool, man. You,
Just hanging out, getting ready for the evening.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's time for it, and it's good old summertime. So, got cool stuff to do in the evenings now, at least. What so we'll it's been a few weeks since we got to talk with y'all on the phone. What's been going on? Y'all been doing some racing, ain't you, Erico?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been racing down in Oklahoma a lot lately. It's pretty much where we normally race. Port City's probably one of my favorite tracks. But I got my first win in Nebraska, so pretty excited about that.
Well, I figured that track be your favorite track.
Well, I like it, but I'm not really a fan of the big tracks yet. The bigger ones.
I got you. Cool deal. Well, let's go back. I think you've had about 12 races. We were just saying there a little while ago. Between here and there, and I ain't expecting you to remember all those by no means, but we've been watching and seeing because a lot of these races have been on Flow Racing and stuff like that. So I've been checking them out, and man, I'm gonna tell you, just from our perspective, and obviously statistically speaking, you've been getting better and better every week, man. You really getting the feel of this car now?
Yeah, I'm getting better, I guess I could say, because every time I go to I'm getting better at Port City, I could say, but every track I go to, I get the hang of it at before the feature.
Hey, well, that's a good time to get a hang of it.
Yeah, as long as you figure it out by then, you're good to go.
As long as it's not after the feature that you get a hang of it, you're good to go. So that's good. What and you talked about size of track. What size the smaller tracks y'all run at? How big are they?
Well, the smallest we go to are 8th miles, and then we got 5th miles, and then we have a couple quarter miles that we go to. Okay. So his favorite, I think Port City's would be a 5th mile, I believe. So there's quite a few actually in the 2 Nebraska tracks that we raced at, and then also just this last Saturday night. So we all run the same exact gear, so that helps me, so I don't have to change gear. But it seems like that size track it would be his favorite at this point right now. Because since we talked to you guys last, I just kind of looked it up. We went down to Oklahoma. We were supposed to do 2-day show for the Now 600, and the first night was for Now 600. The second night got rained out, so we just went to Port City. And then the weekend after that was a big 3-day show at Port City, so that was a pretty fun job. Fun show there. Cole could kind of talk about that 3-day show. That's a big deal.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, the 3-day show was it was pretty fun. It was really fun. The first day, we got 3rd in the feature. I think we lost to Garrett Benson and Corbin Ruschenberg. Those are the 2 pretty much top guys that I'll go against, or I'll just face. And looks like the second night I didn't do as well as I did the first night. Finished 8th that night. They got actually the first night I got my heat win, and second and third I didn't. So the third night I got 7th.
We locked in. They took the top 4 in points from the first 2 nights and locked them in, or 6, I think it was. So they locked them in. So that was a pretty big deal to be locked in and not have to do anything Saturday night until the PA features. So that was pretty good for him. And that 3rd place was the best finish he's had at Port City, so that was a good one too. So and after that, let's see, we went to our first time at our local track here at Cam Raceway in Hastings, Nebraska, which is 2.5 hours away. So that's our local track.
Jeez.
So he ended up 3rd that night. Had a start in the back and made his way up to 3rd. It was a pretty good show. I think he actually got 4th, but the winner was light at the scale, so he got DQ'd and ended up at 3rd. So, and then we turned around and went back to Fairbury the next weekend, and that's when he got his first win. So, you can maybe he can try to talk about that one a little more detailed, a little better here.
Yeah, man, give us all the rundown about your winning night, going from when y'all rolled off the trailer. Tell us how you felt then, and going through your hot laps and heat races, all that stuff. Tell us about it.
Well, when I first got there, I thought that before we got there, I watched some videos of it, and they raced midgets there a couple times, and it looked like a big track, but when I got there, it wasn't as big as I thought it was. There's also no wall, so it's a little different than a couple other tracks like Port City. But for hot laps, I was stuck behind 2 or 3 guys. I think I went 3 wide in hot laps. My helmet was pretty muddy. Couldn't find my tear off, I think, and then finally tore it off at the end. And then heat race, I think we got second. I'm pretty sure I started towards the back, but second place, yeah. And then I think we inverted. There was a invert or something, like top 6 or something, and we started on the pole, which that helped us a lot because that's the first time. I think the second time I started on the pole ever was because of Super Bowl Speedway, and just led the whole race, led every lap. There was a late caution that brought second up. Second wasn't that close to me until the caution, and she was flying around that top. But I could hear her about probably like a couple more laps. Probably would have got around me, but we ended up first. Pretty happy about that.
That's awesome, man.
It was, yeah. So that was his first kind of experience of. I kind of told him, I said I would suggest just staying on the bottom and going as fast as you can until you see somebody or hear somebody, because that's the hardest part that he's got to learn is when you're up front, you don't know where a better lane is. And you don't want to go searching too hard. So
right.
And Abigail was behind him, and they were going through lap traffic pretty good, and she was up top and he was in the bottom, but I think he would have been just as fast as her, maybe, I would assume, if he would have went up top. But like I said, and I wasn't in a position to show him or tell him to move up after the caution. I think there was 3 to go after the caution, and they took the lap cars out from in between them and had her right behind him. And he got a pretty good start on the restart, and she was right at his door at the checkered flag. So he said a couple more laps, I think she would have had him the next lap. So, but that's racing. We've all been there. I think there's a lot of guys that have lost in the last lap, and a lot of guys that won. So
that's right.
It still was a good feeling. I mean, he did the same thing at Cam Raceway the night before. He went from 8th to 1st or to 2nd that night, and they cut the laps. There was an accident. There was a go-kart wreck the race before ours, and we sat in staging for probably at least an hour because waiting for the ambulance. And
wow.
And then right when they go on the track, they say they're cutting the laps from 15 to 10, and that's a lot. That's a minute. I mean, that's 5 laps. And if you watch the video on that one on our YouTube or anything on Facebook, you could tell that he was right at that kid's door, right at the checkered flag. So it would have been nice to have 5 more laps, but either way, it was a way bigger field on the next night. To get the first win on the big field was pretty good. So
sweet. Well, that brings up a point. I wanted to ask though. You talk about what he's what y'all run on smaller tracks, 8 mile tracks, pretty small. Can it get pretty tough to pass with those cars on those tracks?
At Port City, it's kind of where if someone's running the top, because one night in the 3-day show, the top was not there, and I think it was one lane around the bottom, and I went up top try to pass the guy in front of me, and got I think 2 cars past me in that one turn. So it depends on the track, I guess, because sometimes there's a lot of passing and sometimes there's no passing at all. So it just really depends on the track.
That's cool. Yeah,
I think we've only been to one track, and that was down in a really small track down in Oklahoma that was 1 lane, and it'd really be hard to pass. I mean, there was 1 pass or 2 in the heat races, but there wasn't very much passing at all. The only way you're really going to get around the kids now on some of those tracks is if they screw up in front of you and you take advantage. So,
right.
But like this last Saturday night when he was in second, the kid was up top, and there was 3rd and 4th place were rolling around the bottom. They were keeping up with them just as fast. So there was 2 lanes. It was pretty fun to watch. Now, this next week for Speed Week, all the big tracks, there's 3 or 4 lanes, some tracks. So it's going to be big.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to next here. Here y'all got Speed Week, as y'all call it, coming up. Tell us about that, because we don't get that out here on the East Coast. So tell us about that, what goes on, and what tracks y'all running, how many races y'all running.
Well, it's just 5 days in a row of racing, which is going to be a really fun week with all my friends and racing against them. The first night, Wednesday, we're going to Caney Valley Speedway in Kansas. And the next night is Creek County in Oklahoma. and then we'll go back to red dirt where I blew my motor, did one heat race. That was the first Now 600 race. But then the next night, on Saturday night, we go to Port City again. So hopefully we can do good there. And then we'll go back to Creek County Speedway on Sunday, and that'll wrap it up.
Phew, man, I'm going to tell you
So
what.
you'll have, I know for sure the top 11 or 12 in his division in restricted cars will be at all 5 nights. Now there's going to be a lot of local kids that might come up. But I'm just saying for sure those top 12, 13 kids are all traveling from track to track. So we won't be setting out all the slides on the RV and setting up camp and starting to grill, because after the night we'll have to load everything up and we'll head to the next track and we'll probably unload there and spend the day cleaning and maintenance on the car, getting everything ready to go, and then race and do it again. So I think this is the second. I don't really know how many years they've done this, but it's a big thing, and I think it's all 5 nights for the national point night. So they're all national points races. So it'll be good for him on the points if he can jump up. I think if he can finish good in all 5 races, he might be able to jump up 2 or 3 spots in the standings. He's in 10th right now. So, but all the guys in the top 10 are all easily able to win every single night. So it's tough. And I outside of a few kids from California or out east that we don't know about, I really think this is the toughest field that in the restricted micro division. And I would say that the top 10 are in the top 10 right now. If nothing goes bad, they'll all top 10. All 10 of them will be in the Tulsa Shootout A feature too. So it'll be fun to watch. Good
deal. Well, Mark, I want to ask you, and I know, being a dad myself, looking at the dad side of it, you look at all the best that's going on and everything, and you want to coach them good. But looking at it from the crew chief side and a pure race fan side, I guess, you watching Cole here this year doing all that he's done in this car, in this 600 micro sprint now. Tell us how you think his evolvement has come on with the car.
Well, I've told many people that he's doing way better than I thought he would be at this point. I also didn't really believe we'd have 21 nights in and 26 features, with him racing the A class at the same time at the beginning of the season. So, we've raced more races this year than I've ever raced. I raced 4 years in a sprint car and never raced more than 20 nights, and we've already done that, and we just hit June. So I know that has a lot to do with how fast he's evolving, and how fast he's getting better. But a lot of it, I sometimes sit back and wonder if he could be faster, even better or even faster if they had a crew chief that was setting the car up that knew what the hell he was doing. Maybe he'd be even a little faster. We're so close to the other kids that I've said it before. At this point, it's basically a guessing game. Who's going to guess the best on tire pressure and shocks, and that a lot of that comes with experience. So I would say that his talent at this point is making up for my lack of experience. So if we can just keep punching the right numbers and guessing the right guesses, maybe he can knock a couple more wins out this year. But of course we want to win every night we go anywhere, but at this point, you're going into the speed week for 5 nights in a row. I set small goals, the first night to make the feature every night and finish the feature. If we can knock off top 10s and top 5s and win one night, that would be the icing on the cake. So, but all 5 tracks are big, and all those kids want to win just as bad as he does, and all the dads too. So I love to watch it, and I'm excited, and I'm learning just as much as he is. So I'm telling him less and less each night. I think at this point, he's done more in a race car than I've ever done, so I can't really give him any more tips besides what I maybe see, what I think the track's going to do. I've basically set the car up and hope that it works for him, and he has the ability to make it work if it doesn't. I'm just hoping that he has the knowledge in his head that if it's not working right, if it's too tight here or too loose there, that he just tries it a different way the next lap, and that's how you get better fast, I assume.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, Mark, going off the setup stuff there, we know you have a sprint car background yourself. How is going from where you've started with him, learning how to set these cars up to where you are now? How's that coming along for you?
Well, I mean, I had a guy helping me on my sprint car that knew more about it than I did, and I just kind of let him go. I was that driver that, I just kind of drove the car as fast as I could. That's all I could do. So I'd ask for input, and I give it to him, and he'd do things on the car that I wasn't always paying attention. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. And I mean, it just was too much for me at some points to try to figure out what to do with my car and drive it at the same time. And a lot of guys have that, but a lot of guys can do both. But like setting up his car, I think I have enough base knowledge to know what to do, where to start. I know there's guys that I'm racing with that don't have that knowledge, so we got a little advantage. But I mean, in the end, we got a driven car, D1, and I've been working with the owner of D1, Jake, and they got setup sheets right on their website. They'll tell you how to set it up. So I'm not doing it on my own. They're definitely helping a lot. I mean, we've got a lot of help from guys in Oklahoma, and we got a lot of help from guys in California. So it's just a matter of you take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, but I'm trying to stick to one side of it right now just to see if we can keep improving. So we are completely different. We are not completely different setup. We are set up different than we were from May on. In May, second week in May, we went to a different setup. He's doing about the same lap time as he was. But the car's got a different feel to it. We're hoping he's able to maneuver it a little better in traffic and stuff like that. So that's just, we made some little changes and seems to have worked so far. It works for his high line. He likes to run the high side and top. So hopefully he gets some tops to work with this weekend.
There you go. Well, Cole, how is your mindset any different going into this next week of racing? That's your speed week there, that racing 5 nights in a row. Is your mindset any different, or is it just kind of the same? Just go out there and run as hard as you can.
Well, it's a little different. Just like every time I go to a track, I want to win, but obviously it's kind of hard to do that. But this week, I'm just hoping to make the A and do good so I can move up in points maybe. Not running that first week of now 600 brought me down to points. Now I got to catch back up. But yeah, I'm just hoping to make the A's and do good in them, and hopefully our car runs good and don't break anything. And yeah.
Well, when y'all had the motor trouble back at the first of the year there, what actually happened to the motor then?
Well, the chain broke, and I don't know if it was I didn't have something tight or something else broke, or the chain broke and broke something else, but it bent that front shaft on the motor, the one that holds the front sprocket. So that one, that was the only thing that was broke on the motor, but they still had to take the motor all the way out and had to take the motor apart to put the new shaft in for that sprocket there. So, but this week we do have a spare motor that we have it sitting around getting ready to put in the new car. It's just the bare motor. We will bring it this week with us on a 5-day show. Spare parts aren't going to do us any good in the shop back home 7 hours away. So, we will bring that. Hopefully we don't have to use it. Hopefully we don't have to use any of the parts we're going to bring, but that's just kind of as I keep saying, living like the outlaws, 5 nights of racing, that anything can happen. He could go down there and be top 2, 3 every single night, and that would just be the most awesome feeling. We could be running mid-pack. We don't know, at this point. So
right.
I think like I said, I'd love to win at least not one night and be competitive and be there each night. So these kids know he's there. They're all getting along. Now. Everybody knows who they are and who each other are. And I've told him before, I said at the beginning of the season when we would go to the racetrack, Cole was telling me, oh, this kid's here, and, kind of intimidated about it, and I think he's turned enough heads and finished up front enough that people are like, oh crap, Cole's coming. So that was a good feeling to have too. Cause I think the one night we did go to Port City out of nowhere, I remember one of the kids coming to the trailer right away and said, "Cole, what are you doing down here? I thought you're supposed to be racing in Nebraska." So, and that was the night he should have, probably could have, maybe would have won in Port City, but wrecked on the opening lap for the green flag. So that was a heartbreaker there.
As they say, that's racing sometimes. But
yeah, he
man,
went sixth. That was the first night on the new setup, and he went 6th to 1st in the heat race and set all sorts of worlds on fire and turned all sorts of heads. And they did the invert, and he had to start 6th. But then actually the car in front of him didn't come out, so he actually started 4th, and just wrong place, wrong time, and that was his best. It was his best chance that time to win at Port City, and that was going to be big. But he'll be back again. So
for sure. But like I said, every time I watch it and check out the highlights or whatever I'm doing that week, it just looks like from week to week, progressively, it's just getting better and better. So I think it's going to keep heading in that direction, which is going to be really cool to watch. But move over to the forward bite side a little bit. What's out for summer?
Well, we still got that same order we had the last time. We're still obviously the racing has taken over all of my time. I'm having troubles even keeping up my Facebook page for Forward Bite, but we still try to keep up as much as we can. We got some orders trickling in here and there. We're going to bring quite a bit more gear down this week. We're bringing my nephew, Cole's cousin Camden, with us this week to help out with crewing. And I said, if these guys can sell me some shirts, maybe we can at least break even on this week of 5 trips or 5 nights in a row. But
there you go.
Maybe a lot of shirts, but we'll see what happens. But if he can win a couple nights and sell a bunch of shirts, maybe we can make a couple bucks coming back home. But Forward Bite's fine. We actually sponsored the Hard Charger Award down there for that 3-day show at Port City. Gave $100 to each driver in each division for the pass the most cars, and got some more stickers on some drivers' cars. And but like I said, it's tough when it's just me and him to kind of keep trying to push all that stuff during the day and try to sell shirts. So hopefully we can sell a couple and just keep pushing it in the right direction. I know we got a lot more people asking what Forward Bite is, and that's always good. So especially the 91 at Fairbury, I had 3 different guys come up and say, "What does Forward Bite?" So maybe that's the trick. You just got to win more races.
That's it. That's all there is to it. Just Cole, that's all you got to do, man. Just go out there and win races. You sell shirts.
That's right.
I mean, it's that simple. Come on. Nah. If only it were that simple. That was the old NASCAR motto, wouldn't it? Win on Sunday, sell on Monday.
Yeah, that's the old Ford and Chevy cars, right?
That was it. Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, cool deal. Well, I'll tell y'all what, Cole, tell us about, I know we've talked about it on here before, but tell us about all the sponsors you got on the car now.
Well, we have a new sponsor from the last time. I'm pretty sure that's Emmett Mobile. That's the guy next to, that's the guy in the shop next to us. And then we got Randy Vanderheiden Trucking, Full Tilt Racing Fabrication, Tranca Industries, Papio Pit Barbecue, Barrett Clinic, Gina V Physical Therapy, 5-Star Race Designs, 316 Strategy Group, Chicken Run Alley.
Yeah.
And
who are those guys? I'm just kidding.
And Forward Bite.
Forward Bite, yeah, this little company, Forward Bite.
That little company, yeah.
And we like to throw Checkered out there too. He tries helping us whenever he can, and we got Checkered, and then Advantech Dyno Services help us out with the dyno time. So, but yeah,
cool.
I'm a numbers guy, man. I just wanted to tell you the numbers I had here. So because every time we call you in here, I bring up my spreadsheet of all his finishes so he can remember what he did.
There you go.
These kids got memories like I don't know. But, and so I try to keep track. I'm trying just to keep track of everything, how many cars. And so in just the restrictor side, he's up to 21 nights. And he's made 20 nights of that. He's made the A feature. So the one night that he broke at Meeker, we broke the motor, we didn't get a count. That's what's got to count as his first DN I guess that's a DNS, like a DN start.
Technically,
right?
I haven't not made a feature.
And so that's a pretty big thing for him, you know. And so we've been at 10 different tracks now out of the 21, 10 different tracks in the first year. That's a pretty big deal. And then so he's finished. His average finish is 6.9. And now the average cars at each show has been 23. So those are pretty big stats, I think, and hopefully those numbers keep getting better each night each day as the years go on, and that's the point of that. So, but he's won 45% of his heat races, so that's pretty big.
Hey,
he's shown that he can win on the heat race, especially if he starts on the front. So, like this last Saturday night, he was starting fourth, and I knew the kid on the front. We pitted right next to him. We were pretty good friends with him, and he's starting on the pole, and that kid's fast too, and he checked out. And just a matter of how fast can you get around the other two cars to track him down. So just couldn't get to him in time.
well, man, I'm gonna tell you what, that's pretty impressive numbers for the first year. I mean, it really, really is.
Yep.
That's
10 or 9 heat race wins. 9 heat wins out of 29 or 21 nights. So
wow,
that's not bad.
That's really good. that's really good. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what, it's come a long way since the Tulsa shootout there.
Oh yeah, he's excited. He talks about it at least every weekend on our long trips home. He can't wait for the Tulsa shootout. So, but like I said, we were racing. These same kids are racing this week, and so if we can just keep plugging away and keep getting better and better and being more up front and turn top 5s into top 3s and top 2s and win a couple at the end of the year or now, whatever it may take. But all these kids are awesome. They're all getting faster each week too. So it's fun to hang out and fun to chat with the dads, and I'm getting along with everybody. I haven't gotten a fight yet, so it's a good time.
Yeah, I like how you yet.
Well, he's Cole. I mean, that's a good thing that I've always said to people too is, and sometimes it's an advantage, sometimes disadvantage. He's so careful in the car, and I don't want to tell him to not be careful because then he's going to tear stuff up and wreck stuff. So he could have passed a couple guys this Saturday night on the high side going up to, down the front straightaway, but they're kind of floating up, going to push them into the wall. And I said, well, if you stay there, they might rub on your tire with their bumper and they might go back the other way, or they might keep pushing, then you're in the wall. So he's had to slam on the brakes quite a few times because he doesn't want to get smashed in the wall. So, and that's just what I'm saying. It's good that he's that cautious, and I think it'll help us out in the long run, save a bunch of equipment. So, and then at the beginning of the races, they're just so treacherous to where if you can find a way to get up to the front smooth and fast, you're gonna have a lot more success. But when all the kids are the way they are, and he's just as much of a kid as they are, it's hard to predict which way they're going to go. So I think once he gets more aggressive, he'll get to the front a lot faster. So we'll see.
Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Well, awesome deal, man. Well, one last thing I want to touch on. You're talking about the new car there. What's plans for the new car?
Well, we were spinning pretty fast. Like we were going to throw it together as fast as I possibly could. And then numbers started adding up, and weekends away in the RV started adding up. And so it's ready to put together. I'm still missing quite a few of the high dollar items. It's just a matter of, we decided to kind of slow down on that and focus strictly on this car here. And we still would love to have it together before the end of the year so we can race it a couple times and then race it again in the Tulsa shootout. So right now the new goal is to have it ready to race a couple times before the Tulsa shootout, and then we can have him in 3 classes or more down to shootout at the end of the year, and he'll race it full time next year. So more than likely at this point he'll race non-wing and A class and be done with the restricted after this year. So put him up with the adults and open up the motor and see what he's got.
There you go. Well, good deal. Well, Cole Train, man, we've been rooting for you, and I'm gonna tell you what, getting to see, and that's what's really cool is, like I said, I've got to see a lot of your races, especially on like flow racing and stuff like that. So man, I tell you what, we're gonna be definitely pulling for you some more here in these upcoming weeks.
Yep, this Saturday night I'll be on flow racing again at Port. The rest of the races will be on Fast 4 Fast Four Media. I haven't got hooked up with those guys yet. I don't know how their broadcasts go, but I think they're $30 a month for the Fast Four. So all the other nights will be on that this week. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, watch us on Saturday night. Let us know, and hopefully you can put on a show. That's night 4. That's, you know what I mean. That's night 4 in a row. So we'll see. Hopefully we're all there in one piece and still we're going for the win. So
there you go. Well, I hope y'all are for sure. But anyway, guys, it has been cool to catch up again and hang out with y'all again. And I imagine we'll be doing it again before too long, talking about some more wins.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys in a couple weeks. Thanks for having us on.
All right, buddy. Thanks. We appreciate it. Thank you, Cole. And one more thing, man. I was going to tell you real quick, or ask you real quick. How's your iRacing coming?
Playing it a little bit too much every day because I have a couple other things I could be doing, but iRacing's pretty fun, especially when you race with your friends. But
he's getting better.
I saw you got a your dad sent it to me. You got a paint made for the sprint cars on there, and it matches your cars. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yep, Trading Paints did him up. One of his friends on iRacing did him up the car to match it, and now we know what his car would look like at a full blown sprint car. So that's pretty cool.
There you go.
But yeah, we like the white design, so we hope to get out the white design out here next couple months so everybody can see it. But you got to do what's right, time and now. So,
well, good deal, guys. Well, cool deal. Well, we appreciate y'all coming on again, and we will be talking with y'all soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Very cool, the Ford Bike crew to come on and hang out with us again.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time they come on, they getting better and better. So it's good to go. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. As far as a test, a 5-day run on the road, that's gonna be a good test. That's gonna be tough.
That'll test your nerves.
I'm telling
you,
what, man. Great. Hey, it's gonna be a tough haul for sure. And hopefully keep all their stuff in one piece and can come out on top there.
For sure. But as we say every week, we appreciate Ford Bite coming on with us. And y'all go, as Mark was just talking about, y'all go check out all the Ford Bite apparel. And once they get back off the road, they'll ship it out to you, I promise.
That's right.
But speaking of our partners, there's another one we need to talk about, or another couple here we need to talk about, and that is SRI Performance. Man, shoot. I'm going to tell you what, I don't know about for those guys because they got kind of set stuff on that on the micro sprints. But just as Derrick Ramey was talking about earlier, Randy King was over there putting brakes on his car from SRI with the PFC brakes. That's the kind of service you get with SRI. You buy brakes from them, you get somebody to come install them.
Can't beat it, man. And the best in the business come do it too, man.
That's right.
You cannot beat it. It's like they always say, one-stop shop, bro. Got everything you need and great people to come help you out and then get the stuff set up on your car too. So, but that is cool, like we said, or like Derek said earlier, with SRI and stock car steel being on the car. It's awesome to have, and that's right there in their backyard.
For sure, it definitely is right across the bridge over there, pretty much from them. Got everything you need, guys. I know it's getting to that mid point in the season now, and a lot of guys have tore up some stuff, or there's a guy out there beating you every week, and you got to figure out how to make your car faster. Guys, go over to SRI Performance. They got every part you need to put back together your car if you need to, or to make it faster. When you find out what these guys are doing and yours needs to be a little bit faster, they got all the parts to do it. They, like I said, one-stop shop for all things racing. They got everything. Go over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and they just put up that they had some I think some sheet metal back in stock because they've been out of stock.
Yeah.
Get
it while you can.
Get it while it's hot. Apparently, it's right off the press there. So y'all go get it and get your cars looking good for these sponsors out there. They appreciate that. Also, they got, as always, they got your all your Draco spring needs, all the PDF sheets right on the website there at www.sriperformance.com. sriperformance.com. And if you're buying anything on there, make sure at time of checkout you put in promo code CBONE10. That's C as in
chicken.
BONE10. Get you 10% off there at time of checkout. Is it bad? I almost forgot how to spell bone.
I'm just glad I remember what to say and my part.
Well, wasn't that almost forgot how to spell bone? It's like it comes out just so easy. I just kind of forgot where I was in saying it.
Easy as a
Sunday morning.
Yeah. That's it.
Easy as Sunday morning, you know. Oh, good deal. Well, there was some left in the Anna writing going on this past weekend in the wide world of NASCAR.
Yeah, man. Started out in
Mid-Ohio.
Mid-Ohio. I think we're going to be somewhere in Mid-Ohio this weekend. I don't know exactly.
I don't know where.
Somewhere. I don't know. I don't think there's much there other than a racetrack sitting in the middle of it. But
That's pretty much all Ohio is. There's just racetracks.
just fields and then there's a racetrack. Yeah. But they were up there. I like that track, man. I always have. I don't know why. It's just so much elevation changing just up and down, and I don't know. It's a cool track.
It's a cool little track, but there's some flat corners on it.
Yeah, there
flat,
is.
long corners.
Yeah, it's
that really mess with those guys.
Yeah, for sure. But man, I'm tell you what.
Noah can't do nothing on a road course this year.
He's got some bad mojo right now going on. I don't know what's going on.
First lap. Boo!
Yeah, he's catching the devil for sure.
You hit the grass so hard, you tear the radiator out of it.
Dude, I don't know.
Tear the oil cooler and everything else out of it.
He is having some tough luck for sure. But man, old Ty Gibbs, dude, I tell you what, man, we keep talking about him now, and he's coming on and running some different things, and dude, I mean, in my opinion, the best road racer that was there, I think, was A.J. Allmendinger. I just believe it.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, seeing Ty run right tit for tat with him, that's pretty daggum good.
Well, I think AJ just said, no, you're not winning this one.
Oh, he definitely moved him. Ain't no doubt about that.
and Ty didn't like it either. Ty didn't like it. But, I mean, I don't know. There was somebody even just on iRacing the other day, and this goes for any kind of racing. I don't care what it is. People were talking about it because it was the last lap, the last corner. Guy went in there and bumped the guy, moved him up the track, passed him, won the race. Some people were mad about it. Some people were like, hey, it was the last lap. You do what you can to win. And they were saying, oh, the guy was blocking it. And then some people were saying, oh, it's dirty racing because you never tried to pass the guy. You just tried to move him out of the way. You never made an attempt to pass him. I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. I mean, sometimes it's exciting regardless.
Well, really, in my opinion, Mid-Ohio versus somewhere like Sonoma, the braking zones are totally different.
Oh, yes.
At the two tracks. So moving somebody at Mid-Ohio in order to pass them is, in my opinion, a whole lot more needed and required than a place like Sonoma.
Yes.
Because you got a lot more braking zones. You can outbrake somebody, get through there, and make the pass on them clean most cases, where it's not as easy there. But also, there was a whole lot riding on that race for AJ. I mean, That was his team's home track. They had a pile of people from Leaf Fielder there. There's just a whole lot there that he wanted to make sure he got that win for his team. So, I mean, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. He moved him. I mean, he didn't take him out.
He didn't wreck him.
I just think it was a racing thing, man. Put it this way. It ain't nothing I would never see Ty Gibbs do.
Exactly.
So,
that's my thing is a lot of people complain about it, but then when they're the ones in second place, probably going to see something very similar happen.
Oh, for sure.
It's always you always gonna be mad about it when it happens to you.
Oh yeah, no doubt, for sure. And Ty's got a lot. He's got a long way to go. Starting out where he's at now. I mean, he's definitely way further along than most people his age would ever be. So he's got a long way to go to make up that win for sure. And everybody knew he was there, no doubt about that. I mean, he ran a good race. He's very talented. Ain't no doubt about it. You can't take that away from him at all. He's in good equipment for sure, but no matter where he goes, he runs very, very well. And like we've always said here in the past 2 years of doing this or whatever, you know, in my opinion nowadays, the road racing stuff really showcases the talent nowadays because you're kind of just hand tied at these mile and a half. So, but he's been on a tear, man. He has won some races here lately.
Mm-hmm.
He won an ARCA race, didn't he? Well, didn't they have? I can't remember.
There was something they run. I don't remember, but yeah, he turned around. Well, I was at Charlotte. I think he won the Xfinity race and turned around, run the ARCA race and won it too, all on the same day. I know. But I think he's fast. I just can't understand why they can't get a sponsor on the car.
I ain't figured that out yet either. I think they can. They just choose not to, maybe, or something. I don't really know. I ain't real sure.
I ain't either.
I ain't figured that out. I want to know why nobody is saying anything about that, because if Kyle Busch was riding around for the past month with no sponsor on his car, somebody would have said something.
The only thing I can figure is at the first year they weren't planning on running this many races,
right?
And a lot of these sponsors, a lot of companies, they kind of set their budget at some especially sponsorship type budgets and stuff like that. That is set at the first year,
right? And
maybe they've run more than what they originally planned on, and so they just can't get nobody. But he ain't got nobody in the ARCA series either, and he was planning on running all them races.
Right. Yep. I don't know, man. It's weird, very, very weird. Because he started out with Monster, right?
Yeah, and he still
wears Monster suit.
He still wears Monster suit, and he was drinking a Monster in Victory Lane.
Yeah.
Last weekend, I'm like, well, maybe they need to put a Monster on the car.
Yeah. We can put a chicken bone alley sticker on there, man. Yeah. I mean, you got plenty of room for it.
I got some 5-inch ones.
That's right. We'll put a couple on.
You might not see it on TV or anything, but we'll put them on there.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, that was pretty cool for Colleague to finish 1-2 at their home track and home race there. Pretty cool, and having all them people there. So that was cool too. And especially I like Justin Haley too, man. Dirt track guy, and we've seen him right here at Lakeview, running his modified. So pretty neat to see that too. And more and more of these dirt guys are performing well on road racing.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's very I mean, you wouldn't 10 years ago. I'd have said that no way.
No, not a dirt guy.
Because
I could always say, I've always said a dirt guy would run good on asphalt. I've always said that just because got better car control, in my opinion.
Right.
But I never would have thought they'd run better on road courses.
Well, I mean, it's all in car control too, but in my opinion, though,
it's a different type of car control.
Well, there's so much technique in shifting and downshifting,
straight line braking,
and I mean, there's so much involved in it. And 10 years ago, I mean, you used to see it. I mean, there would be 10 road racers come up, never run cup cars.
Oh yeah, Boris said was one of the biggest ones.
Right, they come up and be running every road race.
Yep.
And you don't see it anymore hardly because I mean, it's just
because they're not going to go out there and outrun Kyle Larson or Chase Elliott or Martin Truex. They're just not going to outrun them anymore.
No, not going to do it. But it's really cool seeing it, though. I do like it. I like it a lot. I'm glad it's getting to that point, and there's more of it. There's more road racing because it's definitely, in my opinion, it's a whole lot more exciting. So pretty cool. But hats off to them guys. Glad to see AJ get him a win. I think he's a pretty cool guy. He
seems pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He was all excited for sure, so that was cool. But so that, and then they went on to Sonoma for the Cup Boys. Hadn't been there in a while.
Nah, I've been a couple of years now because they weren't able to race there last year. And Kyle Larson essentially picked up where he left off at Charlotte, I guess.
Yeah, pretty sure. I think his hauler beat everybody out there. I don't know.
I think his hauler beat. He sold more T-shirts. He did everything better than everybody else.
No doubt, 100%. Man, I just, dude, we keep saying it, and we've said it before, and dude is a ridiculous talent, no doubt.
I'm gonna tell you, and I was kind of debating on this with myself. I guess you've had talents come along like back in the day. AJ Foyt, he was kind of one that could cross different cars and run good at whatever he run. And then you had Tony Stewart come along, kind of same deal, kind of. But I'm gonna tell you, man, if you look at the numbers, just look at the numbers. Kyle Larson's out achieving all of those.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In 2 years' time.
Right.
I mean, yes, he done stuff before that, but in these past 2 years, all of a sudden, last year he didn't run no NASCAR. Well, first few races, but after that, didn't run any NASCAR. Ran all dirt between sprint cars and late models, set the world on fire and everything he ran, and he's continued that this year, but also in the Cup Series.
Right, and that's the hardest thing. I mean, we've seen it before. We've heard people talk about it. Once you get to the Cup level, the talent level is leaps and bounds from everybody else, just in overall driver talent, and I think the fact that equipment. I mean, once you get to that level, everything's so equal, pretty much. And that, but bad as I hate to say it, I think what happened to him last year, getting him into the car he's in now. No, Hendrick Motorsports was not at the level that they are right now. A couple years ago, they have definitely worked on their package or something.
Oh yes,
majorly. But I think he's in a good spot now. I really do, and I mean he has finished second. I don't know how many times this year, and now 3 wins. And
even though they're teammates, I was looking on some different social media stuff. Even though they're teammates, Chase Elliott fans are not happy with Kyle Larson.
Chase isn't happy.
I don't think Chase is mad with Kyle. I think Chase is just mad that he don't understand why he can't run. He knows he's got the same stuff. I don't believe that I don't believe for 1 second he believes that he's not getting the same stuff Kyle's getting. I think he thinks he's getting the exact same thing Kyle's getting. He just can't run there with him.
Yeah, well, and that's really the thing about it. You look at them the past 3 weeks. They finished 1-2 past 3 weeks. If it had not rained at COTA, I think Kyle would have won that race.
Oh, he would have because they were because Chase had to come in pit.
Right. But running wise, they were running pretty close. I mean, not way different. They were running pretty close. Charlotte running pretty close. Sonoma, pretty doggone close. I mean, they are very, very close together. What I wonder is if they set those cars up the same. I mean, what is the? Because we all know, I mean, certain people can drive different than others.
Exactly.
They prefer different things, different setups, whatever. But out of all the Hendrick drivers, it looks to me like that Chase and Kyle are really close in driver ability and response to what they're getting in the race car.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I watched of the race yesterday, at Sonoma, especially on road courses, and I believe this happens at every track, but I really believe it on road courses. Martin Truex was actually a little bit faster than Chase and Kyle on the long runs. If he had a full fuel run, stage run at least, he was at least catching them. At least. I'm not saying he was passing them. He was catching them. He was running faster lap times at the end of that run. What that tells me is Kyle and Chase are driving these cars a whole lot harder than everybody else. And somehow they're keeping tires up under them because I don't know how, that's the thing I don't know how you would do. I don't know how they're keeping tires up under them. That's some smart crew chiefs there being able to keep tires under them.
Well,
they're driving the dog out of them.
Oh, they definitely are. But not only drive, I mean, yeah, grip's a major thing, of course, and they have figured out something with grip.
Oh, yes.
But the thing that was the most noticeable to me, especially on early run, was their ability to brake a whole lot later. I mean, dude, they were they were driving in way harder, way harder than Martin, and being able to drive off.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I cannot remember the name of the program right now. You might remember it, and we talked about this before. When it was Hendrick. Hendrick has now a track car program,
right,
at their shop, and they claim it's not Cup cars, and apparently NASCAR has looked at it and said it's approved.
Right,
but you can go buy a car from Hendrick right now. Anybody can. I can't remember the price. It wasn't insanely. I mean, they were expensive. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as insane as it. It was like $145,000, $150,000, I think it is. And you can go buy essentially a Cup car with a Cup engine in it. I think it's a 750 package, which is what they're running it.
Right.
Well, they have. It's a whole program over there. These guys are going out testing those cars and running on road courses and stuff. And NASCAR is allowing it right now because apparently there's something different enough in the car that they're not balking on it as far as testing stuff. But ever since Hendrick has started that program, their road course game has stepped up majorly.
Dude, there is nobody. There should not be another car on the racetrack other than
No.
cars when they go to a road course.
No.
I mean, they really should.
And you can about narrow that down to the 5 and the 9.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's. I don't know, man. They have definitely got something figured out, and I look at it. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what they have figured out, but it is definitely noticeable, majorly noticeable.
Well, just as you just talked about there, how they can outbreak anybody. Our buddy Randy Keene, we've talked about him a lot on this show, haven't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, he'll tell you every day, horsepower don't do you no good if you can't slow it down right.
That's right. 100% right. And the brake game is, and we've learned a lot in the dirt world, and I know it's just as much, if not more important, in the asphalt world too. So, what all they're doing and learning with brakes is way above our pay grade for sure. But
good Lord, yes.
They definitely got something figured out, no doubt about it, 100%. And even at the big break tracks, Martinsville, they're dominating, man. They're just killing them.
Oh yes,
on entry. And see, that's the thing that we used to see, back in the day. You could see somebody outbreak somebody, but it kill them on exit.
Yeah, they couldn't rotate center for nothing.
But and they can get that thing wound down and turn the other direction in a heartbeat. But they got it figured out for sure. But nonetheless, Kyle dominated every stage again.
Dude, I saw the spreadsheet of the points now. He's still way behind Denny Hamlin, which I don't understand.
I do not understand
get that. I don't get it at all. But his playoff points were almost double what anybody else's is.
Yeah, he's on a tear.
Martin Truex was next to him. He was closest, but other than that, they were like double anybody else.
Well, he is definitely on a good roll now, and like I said, what happened to him, I hate it did, but I'm glad it did at the same time because he's in a good place now and he's running very well, and things happen for a reason, but he is definitely showing his talent now where I thought he would years ago, and I don't know what the situation is or was or still is or whatever with Ganassi, but I think he was being held back there, showing his abilities.
Yeah, I don't. Well, Hendrick and Ganassi at that time weren't in a good place. I mean, they just weren't. They weren't winning races. They weren't.
Right.
They weren't doing a whole lot. What I don't understand, and Hendrick and them actually apologized to Ganassi on radio and everything else the other day because at Charlotte they had two motors blow. Both their motors blew. And they took complete ownership of it, said it was something they put in it. Parts failure. I mean, it was a...
Yeah, but I mean, they don't build those motors car specific, though, do they?
Not that I know of. As far as I understand, they're just on essentially a motor lease program.
Right.
Now, they may have set-aside motors that are the lease motors.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. And we've heard about that before, that just like Stuart Haas and all those guys, just like Corey LaJoy this year, he is an affiliate of Chip Ganassi Racing.
Right.
So his motor program, I think they're getting like what they consider like B or C motors, which are not the newest technology. I would assume Chip Ganassi should be A motors, which should be brand new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that. I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't get it, but I do not think that motor issues is Ganassi's only problem.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, they've been struggling.
Was Chastain come up this week and run pretty good? I mean,
well, he ran good at Coda. I mean,
yeah,
he's been running really good at the road course stuff, but
took some people out. And
yeah, he used his bumper a little bit.
Bumper go out a bit, but
don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
He's used to driving a plow, boy. It don't matter.
He don't care.
Just go.
Just go.
But I don't know, man. I don't know really what's going on there, but I'm glad to see him back or on top at this point. You know, we've been watching him for a long time. Come up through the ranks, and he got to the top, and it kind of, well, I'm sure it probably was discouraging to him. I think at some point it had to be because of his talent level.
Well, you start questioning your talent.
No doubt, you got to. I mean, we said it before. I'd rather run in a top-notch,
pull a John Hunter.
Yeah, go run a top-notch truck versus running a bottom-level cup car and run well. At least, okay, you're not winning the big money, but at least you're not getting discouraged and, well, I ain't got it no more, whatever. But whatever the case may be, he has definitely got his mindset right now because he is rolling. And, he's finished top 2, win, whatever. Lord knows, I can't even remember how long now. So, and then he goes run a sprint car race or dirt late model race and wins and finished top 2, 3 in that too. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. It really is.
Well, speaking of it, me and Sterling was talking about it earlier. We don't really know where he's going to be at this week. We've heard, both of us have heard different things about where Kyle's going to be running all week. But I do know this. I will say this. I'm pretty sure NASCAR strategically put the All-Star race at Texas on Sunday for a reason.
I certainly hope so.
Well, I don't think it's for one person, but I just think it's because dirt racing has come up so much that the whole world gonna be watching Eldora this week.
Yeah. When you got last year's and this year's Dreams coming up, at 127,000 to win Thursday night and 126,000 to win.
It's really
Saturday night.
Yeah, it's still really weird to me though because they're doing it backwards.
Yeah, I don't really understand that at all. Nonetheless, I mean,
whatever it's racing, I don't care.
I mean, I don't.
You call it Toilet Bowl 100 as far as I care. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we are we've hinted on it here and there a little bit, but yeah, we are headed up there Friday afternoon. We're gonna try to get up. We will definitely not make it for Friday night. We got an 11-hour ride, so we'll get up there a good ways, and we'll be ready to hang out with our buddies Randy Keene and whoever else we can go aggravate up there, hopefully, and be ready for.
We see our buddies. We know Kyle Strickler's going to be in the house up there in the Bloomquist race car, and also Chris Ferguson. He's going. It's been a good track for him too.
Yep,
he's going to be there.
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown's going. Yeah, it's all day. Michael Brown's going. Tell him we'll see him there. A lot of our guys going to be up there, so I think it's gonna be cool to watch, cool to see. I'm just glad. I hate that we can't go. I'd love to be there the whole week, seeing everything, but I'm glad we're gonna see one night at least.
Oh yeah. Well, we've always
Work schedule suck.
Well, it is what it is for sure.
Oh
But
yeah.
we've always wanted to go to Eldora, and what better race to get to than the Dream, man? It's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all, our buddy Randy Keene, RK Motorsports Consulting, and SRI's brake tech guy. He good friend of ours now. He he messaged me, man, are y'all coming to Eldora? I said, man, I don't know. I said, I just went back to work. I can't take off no time right now. Then I talked to Sterling about it. I'm like, man, this might be good. Might be good. He said, let's go. Let's take off. Let's take off Friday. As soon as you get off work, let's go. So I know Sterling didn't want to take off any time because he's come back off vacation too. So it just worked out that all we can do is one day of it, but one day's better than no days.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be good. And man, I'm looking forward to it. I've been wanting to go to Eldora for a long time. We're gonna have good weather in the 80s, I think, up there. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting for sure.
Definitely is. One of these years we go and get there and see the whole at least 3 days of it, whatever they have, eventually. But this will have to suffice for now. I think we'll be happy with it.
Oh, for sure.
But we're gonna watch it all week anyway. I think it's all on Flow Racing. So
yep, it's all on Flow Racing. So everybody be ready to watch starting Wednesday night the prelim races or whatever. I guess two $25,000 to win races. I think. Who all sets the field for that? I don't know. I haven't seen that. But I know that'll be Wednesday night. Thursday night will be the all the B features and whatever else, and then this year's dream,
yeah,
for $127,000 to win, and then Friday night they'll start it all back over for last year's dream. So it'll be two dreams in one weekend. So it'll be pretty neat.
It's a dream come true,
no doubt.
Did it? Hold on, where's that?
There it is.
There it is. I'm getting used to this button one day.
That's right. So yeah, it's gonna be neat, man. We're looking forward to that for sure. And you never know, maybe old Kyle Larson will be up there.
Who knows? We were talking about that earlier. We don't really. Sterling was saying he saw something. He was gonna run some midgets, but I saw he might possibly be at Eldora. So I think they're ones that it's just y'all know when we get there.
Yeah, for sure. and the rest of the field's like, daggone it, they're here.
That'll be interesting if he does show up. And I don't see how he couldn't show up for at least one set of them. I feel like he's going to run all of them personally.
Yeah, I think if he goes, he's going to run both of them. I mean, why not?
Exactly.
He don't have to be at Texas till Sunday, so
exactly.
You know,
why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? At that point, you're there,
especially for that kind of money.
All your equipment's there. Yeah, go run for both of them. And which I really like too. Us missing the first one, if we had to miss one, missing the first one and being there for the second, everybody kind of get used to whatever, and you know you gonna see some.
Well, they're gonna save their stuff in the first one. If they can win, they're gonna go out there and try to win. Don't get me wrong, but they're gonna save their stuff enough in the first one because they want to be around still for the second.
Right. Yeah, they got to save their stuff, and
because you got to make the show to make some good money.
So. Right. Yep. So we excited, man. We're gonna be headed up there. Might sleep in a tent. We don't never know.
Yeah, might sleep in the truck. Might sleep in the tent. Who knows?
You never know.
Can we get a camper shell?
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. But we're looking forward to it.
Definitely are. Well, cool. What other racing we got? We got anything else? I think everything else rained out.
Yeah, around here for sure. I know Florence. They were supposed to run. They rained out.
I will say. I talked about it earlier a little bit. Blake Roark over at Sumter this past weekend. He drives a little stock V8 car. Good looking car though. Real good looking little Camaro. I've known him. I've met him a few times anyway. His daddy especially. They got a place down at the lake where my mom and dad are. And but anyway, went over there. First time I ever actually watched him run. We went over there, talked to him, handed him some stickers. He slapped one right on there. Gas lid on the car, and I was picking with him. I said, just like I told Earl, I said, a Chicken Bone Alley decal is good for at least 10th and a half a lap. But congratulations to him because he went out there and straightawayed him.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
It works, man. I'm telling
you. It works.
It works.
It works 100% most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. What he said. Yeah. Another buddy of ours, old Derek Griffith. He's getting suited up and ready to hit to. I saw him go. He's getting car
New
ready.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big event coming up this week. So good luck to them guys too, and hopefully they can get another win with the Chicken Bone Alley sticker on there.
I think he can. He's always a threat.
No matter where he goes.
Yeah. I love it.
For sure.
Love it. Got a text from him the other day. All I'm going to say is be listening. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Be listening. That's all we can say.
That's right.
Oh, good deal. All right. Well, guys, as always, like we always say on here, thank y'all to all our partners here, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, Randy Keene with RK Motorsports Consulting and SRI there, Team SRI Motorsports. Thank them so much for all they do every week. Also, Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Y'all heard the man on here himself earlier this show. Thank Earl a lot. Y'all go check out everything he's got. Y'all just heard everything he's got, so y'all go check him out for any of your engine needs. Anything, as he said. I mean, crate deal is a big deal, but he does anything. Thank his son, Derrick Ramey, driver 91 Longhorn, for hanging out with us, too. Really cool to talk with them guys. So, really appreciate that. And always, Forward Bite. Y'all heard them on here just a little while ago. It's been the sponsor showcase tonight.
Yeah, for sure. That is awesome.
Mark and Cole Vanderheiden. We appreciate them coming on here and appreciate Forward Bite as always. They help us out, and like I said, we gonna do some stuff there with iRacing stuff and all that fun jazz. But y'all go check out Forward Bite Apparel and go get you some t-shirts or whatever you want to get. Get some Christmas presents. Never too early to buy Christmas presents.
Nah.
Checkered, the Race Hub. Y'all go check them out. A lot of fun stuff on there. All racing, all the time. Also, RMAX Solutions.
Yeah, man. You definitely got to check them out. We say it every week. Everybody needs good fab equipment, good trusting fab equipment. You know, I use it every day in our line of work. It's not in the racing industry necessarily, but you know, in the racing industry, fabrication is a big part of it. So definitely check them guys out. They can help you in every need you need, as far as that goes, for sure. Welders, plasma cutters, plasma tables, CNC machine tables, whatever you name it, they can hook you up, get you new equipment, get you parts for your equipment that you have now, or can get you some good used equipment, come set it up for you and get you rolling. So definitely go get them some love and check them out.
For sure. A little bit of news just to come across the desk here that I wanted to say, just because we were just talking about some Bloomquist chassis. Pretty cool deal coming along here. Bruce Nunnally. I've never understood how to say it. Nunnally. Anyway, he was the head chassis builder for Bloomquist chassis from 2003 to 2014. Well, he is coming back on board. He owns Bruce Built Performance, and he was doing rocket chassis. Well, now he's coming back on board with Bloomquist being the head chassis builder again. So I think that's going to be. We've been talking about that. I think Scott's really turning to the chassis side.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see a big turn here now pretty soon.
I really do. I think that's coming. So, little tidbit of information coming across the desk here. I just wanted to share real quick. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us again this week. Appreciate everybody for coming on the show and talking with us. And I reckon we'll be back same time, same place next week. What you think?
I believe so, man.
All right, guys. Well, we will be talking with y'all
Later.